Hi. I've talked about this before, but I want to bring this up again because I feel like it's so important as I'm navigating through different things. And I realized that I was once in a space before that I was not able to consciously navigate things, that my wounds were leading me. So, we usually have an inner critic because of pain and suffering and the different things that we endure, the trauma. But we don't discuss enough the importance of creating the inner ally. Because when you have an inner ally and you do the inner child work, you do the reparenting, excuse me, and you can guide yourself differently, right? So, in like life, when you're coming out of trauma and opening yourself back up to the world, and I realized I was in kind of a frozen space for a long time because of all the medical and all the stuff I went through with my children. And so I was in freeze state and survival mode. I was just surviving. I was surviving through life. And get I couldn't be present. So as I'm opening myself back up to the world and even to the idea of love, I have to bear witness to my triggers and the thoughts that arrive when it comes to it. The thoughts that, the panic that tries to arise. You know, like when you're embracing even friendships, any type of relationships, right? Opening yourself up to love in any type of capacity, because love, I'm not just seeking love I am love, first of all. But also, I have so much love around me now where I didn't have that before. And it's beautiful. And, but when you're opening yourself up and love just flows, like when you're in a healthy place, like love from people who care about you flows. And you know to stay away from the people that don't. And you can feel it, and you can feel the appreciation and all of that stuff. So, what was my point? Sorry, ADHD. So, yeah, now love, right, requires you to feel freely. And that's where feeling freely when you've been through trauma is kind of overwhelming and scary. And you kind of feel like, I can't do this, or what is this? Or you try to run. You start to try to create the doubt and make a run for it. And that's because there's barriers and walls that need to be acknowledged. And you can't acknowledge them from your inner critic, from your wounded space. So you have to acknowledge them from your inner ally and talk yourself through it. And even in, like, I've been able to even walk myself through like trauma bonding that felt like addiction. Like, and it's so powerful because I held on to so many different things, and I don't have anywhere near the same mindset, uh, nor feelings towards so many different things. So much doesn't matter to me at all, but yet I feel so deeply, and so much does matter to me. The duality of things like nature and love and joy and all of that, because life, responsibility, and all of that stuff arrives. But the joy and all those things matter so much to me now, and I'm just in a different space. So that feels really really good, really good. And I'm not going backwards because that would be betraying myself, and I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. Mm-mm. So I wanted to share that. So if you're on your healing journey, please keep going, because it's really amazing when you free yourself.